This right here is one of those encounters that starts off simple, but spirals into something far more revealing than anyone expected. We're at a police training center.
Here we go again, and we are in Lee Green. Some sort of police training. Oh, we'll just start the sort my body worn out. Bit of an industrial estate. Never been here before, don't know what's here.
A place that should represent discipline, professionalism, and control. But instead, what you're about to see is a slow-motion breakdown of authority under pressure. A man with a camera. Officers asking questions. Seems routine, right? But watch closely, because this isn't about photography anymore. This becomes a battle of ego versus understanding, authority versus rights, and patience versus pride. What makes this even more fascinating is how quickly things escalate. Not because of any real threat, but because of assumptions, frustration, and a refusal to accept a simple answer. And here's the real question I want you thinking about as you watch this unfold. When authority is challenged calmly and legally, why does it sometimes fall apart so dramatically? Stay with this, because by the end, you're going to see exactly where things went wrong. And trust me.
I can't hear you. Tell me. I'm not taking photos. Taking a video. You are? I need to what? You what? Which one's your car? Is it? Sorry I make you blush. Yeah? Do they? Oh. Tell you what is embarrassing. You.
Right from the opening moments, you can already sense the tone. This isn't a neutral interaction. There's sarcasm, there's tension, and there's already a subtle clash of perspectives. On one side, you've got someone confident in their rights. On the other, officers who seem uneasy about what they're seeing. And here's where things get interesting. Neither side is technically escalating yet, but the seeds are already planted. Notice how quickly the topic jumps to trespass. That's not random, that's strategic. It shows both sides are already thinking in legal terms, not casual conversation. And when a situation moves into legal territory this early, it usually means one thing. Neither side.
Taking pictures. Is that alright? Oh yeah. Just photography, yeah, in general. Just photography in general. Do you know what? If I see a caterpillar, I'll take a picture of it. If I see police cars, I'll take pictures of them. Happy days.
take a subtle but very important turn. That question, which one's your car, might sound harmless, but it's actually doing a lot more work than it appears. This is what's often referred to as a fishing question. It's not direct enforcement. It's not a legal demand. It's an attempt to gather information voluntarily. And here's the key detail. If officers had clear legal grounds to demand identification or details, they wouldn't need to ask like this. They'd simply invoke that power. So when you see questions like this repeated, it often signals uncertainty, or at least hesitation, about what authority actually applies in that moment. Now flip it to the other side. The auditor recognizes this instantly and refuses to engage. That's not accidental. That's
Anything, really.
Is that asking why? Why are you taking pictures?
I like taking pictures.
What?
I like taking pictures.
You like taking pictures?
Yeah.
Why are you taking pictures of the vehicles at the front of the training centre?
Because I can.
No, I know you can. I'm just wondering what your interest is in them.
What's your interest in my interest?
Well, there are vehicles and I just want to know why you're taking pictures. Like, what's your reason for it?
Because I like taking pictures.
Of people's cars?
Of anything I want.
Oh, right. What's your name?
What's your name?
My name's Susie Berry. What's your name?
I'm not telling you my name.
That's absolutely fine. There's obviously want an interest into why you're taking pictures of vehicles and why you're taking pictures of the centre. I know you said you like taking pictures, but there's obviously other things in the world that you could take pictures of.
You alright?
Yeah, you?
Yeah. Oh, Sergeant.
We're hitting a critical moment, and this is where the entire interaction starts to unravel. The officer is stuck in what can only be described as a loop. She's asking the same question, getting the same answer, but refusing to accept it. And psychologically, that's a dangerous place for any authority figure to be. Because once you stop listening and start insisting, you're no longer gathering information. You're trying to force compliance. And here's the issue. Like taking pictures may not feel satisfying as an answer, but legally, it doesn't have to be. This is where frustration begins to replace professionalism. You can hear it in the tone, see it in the persistence. And once frustration enters the equation, decision-making starts to slip.
I told you, and you keep asking the same question.
Right, okay.
It is unusual behaviour, like, to be
Is it
fair.
unusual? It's not unusual to me, is it? It's usual to me.
Because of the nature
Because I do it a
of our
lot.
job and what we do.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, we're going to
Right.
ask questions of why you're taking pictures, aren't we? If you're taking pictures of a tree, I wouldn't care.
So what's the answer
wouldn't
that you
bother me.
want? What's the answer that you
I
want?
want to know why you're taking pictures.
Because I like taking pictures.
Right, okay. I'm not going to get any further with this, am I?
What is the answer that you want?
Well, obviously, it's not because you like taking pictures, because why would you come down to a police training centre and take pictures of vehicles?
Because I wanted to.
Right, okay, that's absolutely fine. See you then.
I'm not going anywhere.
You're just going to stand in front of our gate then for the day?
I do.
Alright, well, I'm going to go back in and do
Yeah,
my work.
yeah. You go and have a cup of tea, love.
Alright.
You do nothing else.
There it is, the exact moment everything shifts. The word stupid. It might seem small, but in a professional setting, especially in policing, this is huge. Because the second an officer resorts to insults, the dynamic completely changes. This is no longer about law, safety, or procedure. This becomes personal, emotional, reactive. And once that line is crossed, it's incredibly hard to come back from it. What's even more telling is what led up to this. There was no threat, no aggression, just persistence and disagreement. So when an officer reaches this point, it often signals something deeper. They've run out of options, and frustration has taken over. And now, instead of controlling the situation, they're being controlled by.
Which one's your car?
Which one's my car?
Yeah.
Nice one.
Which one is it though?
I'm going to tell you that, aren't I? Yeah.
Why?
Why am I going to tell you that?
Well, you've asked me personal questions.
Silly, really, isn't it? Someone's going to take photos of your car.
Well, I've taken pictures of them all anyway.
I know you have. I'm going to tell you which one it is, are we?
You're not. Oh, you've put your boots on and your trousers have gone inside.
Oh, right. Yeah, thanks
Yeah.
for that. Yeah, it's fine.
Military style.
Military style.
Yeah. You're not in the military though, are you?
I'm not, no.
No. Just
As
think.
you can see, it's only one. The left one, yeah,
Exactly.
the right one's pretty normal.
You know what they call that?
What?
Scran bag.
Do they?
Yeah.
Do us a favour, mate. Get off our property. You're now on private property.
Am I?
So can you, yeah, there's a gate there. Look, a lock gate.
There's no sign saying it's
Can you
private
leave the
property.
Well, I'm telling you now. Can you leave the property, please?
Yeah, we'll leave, yeah.
Yeah, go on then.
I am.
Thank you. Leave the property, please, mate.
Have you got blood pressure problems?
No, not at all.
Well, you will have if you keep getting angry like that.
Watch how quickly the energy changes when a new officer steps in. Instead of calming things down, the intensity actually increases. That's a major red flag. In most WLL-handled situations, a fresh officer brings de-escalation. Here, it's the opposite, and listen carefully. Personal comments, insults, mocking.
Which you can probably understand is a pretty reasonable request to stay off the property.
There's no sign saying it's private property though,
You
is
can
there?
see it's a gate, so you can assume it's not, you've got no access.
I can't remember the section now. Publicly accessible, isn't it?
Well, you're not coming in, so simple as that. You're acting suspiciously, you're taking photos, and then trying to walk into somewhere you have no right to be. So,
give us a smile.
There's a smile.
See, if you smile, your blood pressure will come down.
My blood pressure is absolutely fine. I'm just.
You're going all red. You're going all red.
That's me tan from the holidays. Look.
People go brown.
I do go brown. Look.
Your face is going red. Is that injector tan?
Or
sunbeds?
Because we're getting nowhere here. But do us a favour.
Pardon?
Stay off the property. Don't come back on. Okay, that's fair enough. And then you can do whatever you want on.
Well, you'll have to keep an eye on me, won't you? Make sure I don't.
Well, if you do, then you're coming on somewhere you're not. Well, we'll see what's the appropriate action.
Like what? Like what? Ask me to leave again?
No.
I think you'll find trespass is a civil matter. By the way, this is police property, owned by the government, which is owned by the people.
Well,
hey.
Does it?
Yeah. If the gates are open, it's publicly accessible.
You need formal ID, which you haven't got, and you're not even willing to tell us who.
Oh, do you know I've not got ID?
Because you're not even telling us who are. But you are. If you want to come in here, you need formal ID, and you haven't got it.
But I can step through there if I want.
Well, we just shut the gate. It's probably easier, isn't it? At the end of the day, you're not coming any further. If you keep carrying on, mate, do what you need to do. But
I am doing what I need to do.
saying,
Taking pictures.
yeah,
Fine.
yeah.
I'm on a bike today.
All right, okay. Right. See you later.
We've fueled your attention enough now. Go and have some.
Yeah, go and get your eyebrows done again, yeah? I don't think they're quite even. Go and get your eyebrows done again. They're not even. It's not a personal insult, it's a bit of advice. It's a bit of advice. And Sarge, sort them boots out with your trousers, yeah?
Tone. This isn't strategy. This is emotion taking the wheel. And when enforcement becomes emotional, it becomes unpredictable that what's happening here is no longer about resolving a situation. It's about winning it. And that's a dangerous mindset in any position of authority. Because once it becomes about winning, fairness and judgment often take a back seat. So ask yourself this. If you were observing this in real life, would you feel safer or more concerned?